Howdy folks, Todd here with Great Escape Farms. Today I am starting the process of connecting my swales together. So I originally did a laser level with a group of folks and we had the swale level all the way across the landscape, but I did one side first and the other side second. And today I am going to connect from back here. Let me see if I can find it. We're right back in this general area right here where the mum is, and we're going to come across here. The fire pit right here is going to get removed and we'll replace that with a better one, and we're going to come back behind here and connect up back over here to this swale. So there will be probably about 300 feet that we'll be adding here. I'll have to bring the laser level out and go ahead and re-level everything, connect up. I have two areas that I have roadways, and I'm going to go under the road and connect everything together so it is level and distributes water across the landscape. Okay, this is my laser level system here. It's Spectra, it looks like. And so this is my transmitter here, or it has a little laser in it. I don't know if it shows up here in the video, and it's spinning around in a circle, so 360 degrees. It has a laser. This is my receiver, and these may not be the exact terms. It doesn't matter. It's a receiver to me. So as I'm going out, when I hear the noise, it has a level, or arrow tells me whether to go up or down, so I can find perfectly level. Also makes noise. I can change the level of the noise. I can also change the accuracy. I'm set up to about a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch right now. And the lady said they want to be in the video too. So I started out giving a lot of information on the laser level and all, and I decided against that. I'll do a separate video on how to use the laser level. So I used a laser level to come in, and I had a couple of flags left from last time, so I knew exactly where the flags were. So I used those spots to calibrate the laser level so that all of these flags are on contour with each other. So I used this level, or these flags, to know where to dig before. So I'm going to dig in the same spot, so I will be relatively close, and then I will use the laser level to come back and do final grooming. The reason I did this section second and that section over there first and not in between, this is the most complicated section. So let me explain. So I will connect here, and no big deal. I just need to bring it up and extend. Where these white flags are, that's where my first complication is right here. You can see a great big root and a tree trunk there. That was pine, and it's been out for about 2 years. Hopefully it's rotted enough that won't be an issue, but I have to go kind of right through that. So I will end up taking that pine out, and I'll have to pack the soil down there so I don't have a runaway spot right there, and then dig that. So that is complication number one. Complication number two is where these white flags are. This is where vehicles come, both my trailer and my tractor, to do various different things back here. So this is a roadway, and I want water to go from one end to the other. So what I'm going to have to do is extend a pipe. Actually, I'm going to do 2 pipes under here. So where the orange flags are, I'm going to come through and I'm going to do an initial pass with the 2-bottom plow, and then I will lift the 2-bottom plow here where the white flag is, and I will put it back down where the orange flags start up, and I'll lift it. I have another path down there. I'll lift that up where those white flags are. So the plow is going to be going up and down on the first pass. Then the second pass, I'll start down here and I will bring it all the way through. So it'll be second pass on the orange flags. I will be doing an initial pass on the white flags. And then what I'll do is I'll come in with the tubing or the pipe, and I will hand dig this up. I will level the pipe so it is perfectly level from that side to this side, and then I will bury it back up so that I can drive over this, and I'll do the same for down there. So that is going to be a little more complicated. And I have some hills over here that I have to deal with. Oh, one other thing I want to point out is I have a big hump right here, and I don't know if you can see that in the in the video from this angle, but in order to get around that hump, I would have had to come way up here and then like route back. So I am going to go straight through that hump and probably extend the pipe out just a little bit here just to get over that hump. So I will still be on contour. I may just have to come out more with the pipe, so it's not really a ditch quite as much up here, but just to get around that hump and have it a little bit straighter. Then the contour line is going to come down here. Next complication is right here. You'll see that stake sticking up out of the ground. So from that point over to here up to the house, I have a gray water line, and I know that's exactly where it changes from one type of pipe to another, which I need to do something with that, but that's another story for another day. But it runs right under here, and I am not sure how deep that is. So if it is within a foot of the surface, I'm going to hit that and I'm going to basically rip it out. So I know it's PVC up at this point, so I'll just shatter the PVC. And no big deal, the plow will do that, but then I have to stop with the swale and I have to repair that. And that could turn into a multi-weekend or a multi-day job to complete and do what I want here. So that's another complication. The next one is down here. I have a John's elderberry patch, and these are some of my favorite elderberries right here. And you can see I basically go right through it. Well, with the tractor tire is going to come up here. So I have to dig at least half of these out. And it's not the optimum time, but it's pretty close because we're at fall. It really optimum would be if the leaves had fallen off, but I'm afraid that we'll too quickly get into frozen soil and I won't be able to dig. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig up the ones that I would end up crushing with the tractor, set them aside, dig the swale, and then I will put these in. And then, as I stated before, I will come over here, and where the white flags are, again, I have a path that comes from the driveway down to the nursery down there, and also it comes up this way to kind of, I have a loop here to go around with tractors and trailers and stuff. So lots and lots of technical issues I'm going to have to deal with in this swale part right here, which is why I saved it for last. Okay, the rough cut of 2 passes here and 1 pass here and 2 passes there and 1 pass up where the other path is done. Now I get to groom it all and throw everything on the downhill side, bury the pipes, and get it functional. Okay, I have dug out the trench here everywhere except for where the road crosses. So now what I'm going to do, I put a flag in here. I'm going to start at that point and go in that direction. Then I'll come back this way. And what I'm going to do is I will run the level again, and I need it exactly level with the beginning of this swale and the beginning of the other swale. So I just checked those two are exactly perfect. I need the swale in between to be close, within a ½ an inch to an inch, so that I can get water flowing from one swale, from one end of the property to the other. So that is the next step. I'll come back and groom the downhill side after I get the trench dug and the pipes laid. Okay, I got this side dug out and the pipes in. I'm putting 2 in because 2 is 1 is none. So if one gets clogged, I have a second one. I don't have to go through and redig this. A lot of rocks here. So I'm going to go ahead and start covering this up. And the pipes are actually, they're about a ½ an inch below level here, so that I get water into them and should have plenty of water flow through. So we are level from that flag all the way across. I have the pipes put in here. I replaced the sod, and I have some rocks around the pipes themselves, and then built up an end here to hold the water in. And I did the same down here on this end. So I have the pipes right here, again, rocks on the end, and I have a wall built up to hold water in. We will actually test this out in a few days and see how well it holds water. Now I got to start from the flag and go in the other direction. So that section over there is where I was working before. Again, I'm still only up to the flag there, so I still need to do in between here. I did roughly come in with the tractor and just push some stuff up because I knew this was a higher area here. I did level from this point over to that point, and I dug up here and I put my pipes in. So I have this section in, hopefully settling, because I actually do need to make food delivery over here for the chicks later, so I am going to have to drive across this. Hopefully it's firm enough that I can do so. So I'm hoping today to knock out the bottom portion here and the rest here, so the bottom portion will be good. Then I got to start with grooming and leveling the top part. So here's the start, and we are level on the bottom all the way around. Still need to groom the top, and in the process of grooming the top, I'm going to drop some soil down in the bottom area again. So I will have to do a slight touch up with the laser level, but should work fine. But everything is level all the way across. Got my paths in, got my pipes in. The way I'm going to groom this is with a firefighter tool, a woodland firefighter tool, or a brush fire firefighter tool. It's called a Rogue Hoe. And the whole purpose of this, it weighs 4 or 5 pounds, and it's got a sharp end right here, and it's to break up the sod and stuff like that and any chunks, so everything is smooth and level here. Okay, I'm calling it quits for the day. I started out there, I groomed it up to this point right where the flag is, and then you can see down there is ungroomed. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking up the sod. I am kind of rounding it a little bit, and I'm looking for low spots like I don't know if you can see it, but the spot right in front of me here is a low spot. So what I'll do is I'll end up adding a little bit of soil here from elsewhere. I see an area back there that's rather wide and high, so I can take some soil from there and bring it up, because I don't want any excess water to go over here. I will include a spillway down the line a little bit, which is engineered to let the water out. So that's what I'm up to now. This was probably an hour's worth of work, but it's just backbreaking work. So I am maybe 1/3 through, maybe 1/4, and I should finish this phase of it up tomorrow. We are fully groomed. So I double checked the level on the bottom. I also came through and I checked the level on the top, and I adjusted as necessary. There were a couple low spots. I added some soil there, and everything that we just did is higher than the existing swale down there. So I swale on both sides. So one thing I need to do, and I'm getting ready to run in and do some calculations, is we need to do a spillway down there, so we can let the water exit in a controlled way and go down to the pond over there. Here is where the spillway is going to go. So it's going to start right at that flag there, and it's going to come over to this flag here. So I need to dig up and move a few things. So let's see, that is a dahlia, that's an annual. That is a hibiscus that needs to get moved. That one died. I think that was a honeyberry. And that is a high bush cranberry, so I need to move that. And I may end up moving this honeyberry right here as well, and just go out just a little bit further, because I'm at about 14 feet. I'd love to get extra 2 feet and just go 16 feet on that. We'll see about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig up the plants, move them into another part of the swale, and I'm going to take the mulch off and put it on the newer section of swale down there, and then I will go ahead and pack down the soil here. And I want the soil to be about 2 inches lower than the lowest spot along this whole entire swale. So that way water will find this spot, and it is very wide, so it won't cause an erosion event, and it will dump off right here, which will dump water into our pond. So I completed this section here. I dug it up, I added the pipes in and rocks around it, same as I did in the other area. Planted a little bit of sod up here on top. I'm actually gonna have a little bit more sod here in a moment, so hopefully I can finish this up and get it looking a little better. And this swale is ready to go. Everything is level, and I have the spillway done. I just put the mulch on yesterday or the day before, and the day before that I did all the planting. So I added 62 additional plants across this center swale area here in this section of this swale. So I need to wrap this video up. We got it's going to be a hurricane hitting Florida, and it's going to come up inland and go across West Virginia and actually put this swale to a test. And the one thing that is not complete is I need to get screening for these pipes here so that I don't get a bunch of the mulch and crap going in it and blocking it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that before the storm comes through, so hopefully it won't clog everything up on me. If it does, I'll unclog it and add it there afterwards.